Whenever you're ready.
Okay. Ginger, strawberry shortcake, fire hydrant, wildfire, copper top, carrot head. You know, these are all nicknames that gingers like me have been given. And our personality has been stereotyped like the same. We are soulless, hard-headed, bipolar, temperamental, and apparently violent. And also, I can steal your soul. Do you know that? But luckily, I don't have any new freckles, so. But what makes us like this? Okay, we have it's literally a mutated gene called GCMC1R. Now, everybody has this, except for most people, it's not mutated. The reason it's mutated in us is because where we are from, there was a lack of sunlight, and our bodies had to adapt. So it started reproducing constantly, which gives us the red tint to our hair, and it also makes us actually pale. It's what it does. Because when we're creating our own vitamin D, and we don't really need the sun. It's a recessive trait, which means both of your parents have to have it in their DNA or in their genes. You could go generations without a redhead, and boom, there is one, because it's somewhere in your genealogy. But hey, we're mutants, right? So maybe we're superheroes. And here are our superpowers. We can actually detect a thermal change in the air more accurately than a normal person. So be considerate of your redheaded friend, because when you're cold, we're probably 10 times colder or hotter than you are, because for some reason our body adapts where we can detect temperature change. We can also mimic the endorphins and painkillers. So that means our brains, the same stuff that's in painkillers, our brain creates, which is good and bad. It makes us more susceptible and sensitive to pain. So like small things can make us hurt really bad, but then there's other times where we can't feel pain at all. So it's a good and bad thing. Like I said, we created our own vitamin D, so we can go out in the sun, which makes us actually, we actually are able to receive UV lights a lot easier than a normal person, but we can also go days, weeks, months without sunlight and be perfectly fine. It's also harder to knock us out, meaning it takes more anesthetics. It takes 20% more to knock us out than an average person, which is something I found interesting. Now, only about 2% of the world is actually a natural redheaded person. I found that very interesting because that's only 140 million people. Most of these people actually lie in Scotland, Ireland, Wales, the stereotypical places that they're from. Now, the author Ruth Malinkoff of a book called Outcast actually says that redheads play a minority part in society, saying red hair, a red beard, and ruddy skin, separately or combined, have been considered suspect, impure, and dangerous because they did not meet the standards of the normal. Did you know witch hunters back in the day actually hunted redheads because we were more suspect? And when they found us, they would kill us, burn us, and actually sprinkle our ashes on royal graves for some reason. And then St. Jerome, from a Christian perspective back then, he also said, he believing there are evil states, advice on how to raise your daughter. Do not dye her hair red, and thereby presage her for the fires of hell. And that's a lot of where it comes. If you have red hair, you're soulless. That's where it comes from. Now, people also believe that redheads possess a magical quality in them. This is all scientifical. You can look it up, I promise. They actually use fat from redhead males to create a poison, and they use this poison, and it worked. Okay, now when you look through the history, it's pretty dark, but there's a lot of royalty coming through us too. Did you know that Cleopatra, now typically people look at her having black hair. There was a picture actually found back in Egypt times that actually has a royal lady laying there with red hair and a diadem with her servants around there, and they say that is Cleopatra. So there's just many different people in time that are redheads that aren't evil, and I promise I won't steal your soul. So I'm going to end with this, with Cyrano de Bergerac. The best balanced constitution is that which is between phlegmatic, which is calm, and melancholy, being depressed, sad, with no cause. The flaxen and black are besides it, that is to say that the fickle, changing frequently, and obstinacy, which is not wanting to change. Between both is the medium, where wisdom in favor of red-haired men that have virtue, so their flesh
5:15.